What's up, guys? Today I will be unboxing my brand new Training Mat 3.0. Guys, this thing is an awesome product. I actually just went from the 2.0, which I've had for a while, to the 3.0. Okay, so I'm actually going to unbox this for you right now. While I'm doing so, I'll try to stay focused and multitask, which I'm not very good at. But I'll go into a little bit more details of what this thing does for your body. If you go to one of my previous videos, I actually went over aerobic training versus anaerobic training, what those types of muscle fibers are doing for you, what's happening inside the body, what energy sources are being used. So watch that video first before you get into this, because I'm really just going to breeze straight over that background and get straight into what it actually means, okay? Amazon, cheap purchase. You know, every time I tell myself, hey, I'm going to go get something from Amazon, I might not have the finances at the time. I do whatever it takes to succeed, okay? I will freaking sell my bed and go sleep on the couch if it means I can go buy a specific supplement that I need. A little extreme, obviously. But guys, what this mask is supposed to do, there's a big filter on this mask, okay? It sits right on your noggin, right on your face. What it does is it limits oxygen flow, okay? That's absolute baseline. It's easy to understand as anything else. It limits airflow, okay? And what that's doing is it's mimicking a high altitude setting, okay? So when you climb a mountain and you find it difficult to breathe, okay? That's because the air is a little thinner, it has a lower oxygen content as you increase in altitude. That's why you can't breathe in space, okay? You're all the way up there, very low oxygen content, okay? That's what this guy is mimicking, okay? Badass look. All black. I love it. Black's my favorite color. If there's a color that was darker than black, I'd love that even more. That's what this thing is doing, okay? So, me being a heavy resistance training guru, I love training my type 2 muscle fibers, heavy resistance training, all anaerobic training. But in the infantry, it's very difficult to have that heavy resistance mindset when you throw an 80-pound ruck on your back and you go for a dozen miles, okay? You will die. So I got to get back into my aerobic training, okay? The best thing to do is pop one of these things on my face, all right? As I start walking, I'm going to start walking on the treadmill first, and then I'll start increasing my speed, increasing my my intervals, increasing my incline, decline, okay? I'm going to start training in an aerobic fashion, and this is going to help, okay? Finding myself being able to take in less oxygen, my body's going to compensate for that. It's going to rapidly increase my cellular growth in order to take the oxygen from my lungs and put it into my muscles. Okay, so inside the body, when you're jogging, okay, you are breathing in oxygen, it's going into your lungs, your heart pumps it out via blood, via cells, into your muscle fibers, okay? Those muscle fibers grab those cells, takes the oxygen for use so you can continue running, pushes out the dried up, shriveled cells with no more oxygen. It goes back to the lungs and it waits for you to breathe in more, takes it from the lungs, heart pumps it out. It's a big cycle, okay? So when your body recognizes that you're no longer taking in the oxygen that your legs need in order to continue going, that's when you start to fail. That's when you start breathing heavy. Your body's like, more. I need more oxygen, okay? When that happens, that type of training is obviously heavy aerobic training. Your body will naturally start to produce more cells. It will produce more cells so that even with the limited amount of oxygen that comes into the body, more cells will be able to grab those oxygen molecules and push it into your bloodstream, push it into your muscle fibers in order for that to be used, okay? So essentially by limiting the amount of oxygen intake that I have while I'm training aerobically, my body will kind of be tricked into making more cells so that when I'm not using this, I will have like so many more cells than somebody who's running with this normal oxygen, with this air content. I'll have so many more cells than them, so I can constantly be pushing oxygen into my muscle fibers at a faster rate and a more efficient rate than the guy standing next to me, okay? So this is essentially the safest way to blood dope, okay? Because that's essentially what blood doping is, guys. These people go to high altitude training centers, Colorado, Alaska, Canada, okay? And they just run. They run until their body recognizes, hey, we have enough cells in our body, in our blood, in order to, grab that oxygen and push it into your bloodstream. So what they do is they actually, pull out that blood with the very high cell content. They pull it out. They put it in little IV bags, okay? So when these guys are now ready to train back in the States, back at a low altitude level, they continue training, but now they're putting that blood back into their body and like quadrupling their cell count so that the oxygen processing pattern, that wheel, that cycle that's constantly being used is so much more efficient than the guy that's standing to his right or left. Okay, he has like 4 times the amount of cell capability in order to pump or get that oxygen from the lungs, push it real quick into the muscle fiber. Okay, that's why these guys are freak athletes, and they can succeed at such a high level. And obviously, it's illegal, it's cheating, but that is essentially what's happening in the body. They're tricking their body into doing that. You're not doing anything to your body. Okay, you're just tricking your body into essentially making more oxygenated cells. Okay, so obviously it's extremely safe, but what I would recommend is obviously putting this thing on, walking on the treadmill, because you're going to find it difficult to breathe. Okay, you probably won't start seeing results for the first couple weeks because it takes at a minimum, physiologically, it takes about 1 to 2 weeks to acclimatize to any environment. So I'm going to start wearing this every day on the Stairmaster or the treadmill, and figure out what I need to do in order to make myself successful with this guy. And eventually, over the next couple months, as I start, putting my aerobic training to use, I start running 3, 4, 5 miles in order to be successful in the Army. Rucking, a dozen miles. This thing is definitely going to come in handy, and I cannot wait. I'm so excited for this. So, guys, go pick up your 3.0 training mask today at Amazon. Take your aerobic training to the next level if that is what your goal calls for. It's an extremely cool product, and I was glad to be able to unbox it and give a little background as to what this thing does. For more really cool content, stay tuned to this YouTube channel or check out my IG account. I try to pump out some motivation almost on a daily basis, but if not, I like to post some stuff just to keep things light and achieve the goals that I have on a daily basis. Guys, don't stop putting in the hard work and just keep pushing to achieve your goals. God bless you guys, and stay tuned.